although you were a leader at your former school, it's something you have to earn when you come here. Do you think, I know it's practice, preseason practice just started, but over the last 8 months, you've earned the right to try to be a leader of this football team?
I mean, I've definitely been doing my best, and that's something I've worked at every single day, starting in the winter through the spring, and now going into fall camp. But I think it's not like a question that I really can answer. I think that you got to see the guys and how they react to you, and I think that I'm still going to keep trying to earn their trust every single day, and that's kind of what fall camp's all about. That's kind of the point of it, is the team grows together and we rally around each other. So we'll see come fall, but I'm really excited. I had a great first day. It was awesome.
We'll stay over there for Ira.
I don't think we talked to you at the end of the spring, but getting to play a lot with Richie and Adrian and some of the other guys you've been next to, any big takeaways from that, and then just over the summer?
Yeah, I think in the spring, kind of just getting to play with everyone. We were all kind of new to each other, and I think I said in the spring too. I think the biggest thing was more like getting to know each other on a personal level right away. Becoming friends, and that's kind of how I think that an O-line unit starts. Is you got to be real friends, real brothers outside of it, and then through spring ball, it was great playing with them. And I think that even now and throughout the entire summer, we've all just been pushing each other. And you look over and you see a guy, you see Richie running hard, it makes you want to run hard, and you see Adrian running hard, it makes me want to run hard. So I think that everyone in the entire line room, not just those guys, we all feed off each other, and I think that's a really healthy thing in a line room.
We'll come front row to Brendan on your right.
Following up on that, injuries were kind of a thing for the line in the spring, to have everyone kind of back, full health. Imagine that's nice what it's like looking around, but yeah, this is the crew will have.
Yeah, I'm happy that everyone's healthy. Obviously football wise, but just for them personally, I've been injured before and I know how hard it is. So it's cool to see everyone back out there flying around, getting better. So it was nice today seeing all those guys healthy.
Stay there for Chris.
What does Guss's offense demand from you at center, in the sense of pre-snap, how fast it goes and the tempo and the effort to play with you in offense?
Yeah, I think that you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know your job, and you also got to know everyone else's job. And it's your job as a center to get everyone on the same page. And that's something that I enjoy doing, and I've done for a while now. And every single day is an opportunity to keep getting better at it. But yeah, it's just I got to be on top of my stuff, and I got to look out for everyone else around me.
Come back to Ira.
What kind of pressure does Coach White's defense put on an O-line, just in terms of the different fronts and pressure coming from different places?
Yeah, I think that it's an offense or a defense that is very unique, and it offers a lot of unique challenges for offenses. And I think that's what's so awesome for us, because we get to go against that defense every single day. So you're never going to see the same thing twice, and if we can compete against the defense every single day with the defense that they run, then I think it's great for us for the long haul this season.
We'll go back left for Aslan.
You have a spring underneath you. You guys have 19 more preseason practices than a week of game prep. Is that enough time to master this offense? Do you guys need to have this offense mastered by week one?
I think that we put in so much work in the winter time, throughout spring ball, throughout this entire summer, that we've built a great foundation, and we're continuing to grow as an offense. And I think that come August 30th, we'll be ready to roll. And I feel really good about the offense. So it's been great so far.
We'll come back to Brendan up front.
How did going against Darrell Jackson in the spring help you as a player progressive?
Yeah, it's something that I enjoy. It's not like it's kind of it's a rare thing where you get to go against a defensive lineman like that every single day. And I think that I'm lucky to be in this situation, because I know that lining up against him is going to be harder than probably any guy that I'll play this entire season. So going against a guy like that, iron sharpens iron, and I love going against him. It's a good time.
With the season openers, it's just one game, and you played big games before, but have that Alabama game literally as the season opener. Has that been something the guys have talked about in the offseason, rallied around? How have you guys approached it?
Yeah, I think that it's kind of impossible to not notice that your week one game. It's obviously a huge game. It's going to be great for Florida State in general. I mean, it's going to be awesome, and I know everyone's super excited about it. But I think it's brought up here and there, and it's there. But I think the biggest thing is just, like, we got 20 camp practices or whatever it is, and I think that if we do our job during camp and, work our hardest and continue to get better offense, defense, special teams, then the chips will fall where they may, and, we're really excited, but I think most importantly, we gotta focus on, fall camp and the practice tomorrow.
Corey?
As a guy that's been in college football for a while, how much has the offseason changed as far as summer workouts, summer OTAs, and how much can that maybe prepare you more for getting ready for fall camp than maybe it could in 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, I think, when I was at Wake Forest, we had skills and drills and stuff like that where, we're running through plays and all that. I think, the biggest thing for me one of the biggest differences between here and my old school is that, Coach Storms and his staff, the way they prepare us and stuff like that. I think I'm coming into fall camp in some of the best shape I've ever been in. So I think that in the off season has been something that's awesome, and I think that's a credit to Coach Storms and his entire staff.
I think you and Tommy have both talked about just the relationship between a quarterback and a center, and seem to have somewhat different personalities. I mean, he seems to be a little bit more, flamboyant, I guess, or talkative. How have you guys gotten along? Like, what's that relationship like?
Yeah, I mean, me and Tommy, we live in the same apartment building. We hang out, and I love being around Tommy. Tommy's a great dude, and opposites sometimes attract, and I don't even think we're that much big of opposites. We're both competitors. We both love football. We're both out there trying to get better every single day. So I think that me and Tommy, we mesh right away.
We'll go back to Aslan in the back.
Luke, is there a difference between easy and simple? Is this an offense that's like easy to digest, but it won't be a simple thing for defenses to kind of match up against?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say there's anything easy or simple about it, and I don't think it will be easy or simple for any defense. I think that Coach Malzahn has proved himself to be one of the best offensive minds in college football history. So I think that his offense and his scheme, there's nothing easy or simple about it for us, and there won't be anything easy or simple about it for our opponents.
Go good? All right, thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Luke. Thank you.